Okay, come back when you need something, I guess.
Father, I have a confession to make. All those voices in my head. Well, this wasn't the first time. Back when we met Brock, Zeno warned me about something hiding in the trees. That's why she told me across.
She told you?
Well, I could just feel what she was feeling, what she was afraid of.
It happens again. You tell me. Understand?
I promise. I don't know what we're still doing here. It's like this room lets us travel without moving. We just came back to the other room. And we met your brother. Wait, not that one.
Did you let that seat stop putting him blue? You do know those cats. Just up and left him one day.
Try taking me down with him. Did he botch up
on a girl?
Quite the opposite.
Even a blind pig parts are on top of him.
But you know what really counts? consistent. And I
got that coming out of all of us.
What do you do?
It's better. Good. Now when you're done talking, I got a favor.
What is it to us?
There's this alchemist on guard. Been working out in the Velander mines. Haven't heard from him in maybe, I don't know, 100 winters or so. Probably dead, but maybe you can find him. He's dwarfed like me. Wears a fancy green ring. Owes me a favor. You look good.
If it is our
Oh, I see how it is. Not a something-for-nothing type, are you? Fine. If you find Dunbar, I'll make him wake you up something special. This entry stone here ought to get you inside those mines.
I need that alchemist for something I'm stewing up for you.
If you're smart, you'll find him.
Kid,
Got
something else in mind? So, you sticking around for grains of wisdom?
Of course. We need to walk across the bridge to Vanaheim. Are we going to the Black Rat? Or exploring? Your choice. Look, we rode past that statue of Thor earlier when we left the witch's cave.
And what direction is that?
It's mid-morning. Sun is over there, so that's south. Southwest.
Good.
They're different from the others. I still can't read these. Oh look! The witch's magic is still covering those scornfuls. Saves us some time.
Have you made it out of past storeroom yet?
Father, do you think I can get here now?
No.
But
I said no.
Okay. So who do you think carved the face in the mountain?
You would know better than I.
Thanks.
Now watch your step. Carelessness will only delay us.
Right. Well, there's the black breath again. What do we do now?
We see if was right.
working. She was right.
Come, let us finish this. Then we climb.
You know, others said the giants used to visit the Midgard Mountains before they disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yeah. I guess they just up and left one day. No one knows why.
Perhaps they went into their hole.
Jotunheim? Maybe. I wonder if the face in the mountain is a tribute to some important giant. Smell it! We made it!
More black breath.
No way across. But there's a sandwich.
What I say?
No yoke beast, nor fearful thrall, nor rooted tree, hath no my call. Is that sap? In a cave? Weird.
Nothing.
think that got up there? This place must have been according to the Giants. It's like they're testing us. Okay, that looks right. Still no help.
The floor boy.
That doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. I can almost make it out.
This is the answer.
Freedom. Sure, that works.
Go ahead.
Sure. Ross. What you doing? Thought maybe it was a bridge.
Your giant ancestors fell there.
There's a crystal in that torch hole. Should I light it? That helps, right? Guess we have to go down and
These passages giants. Why do you laugh?
Oh, you're serious.
I'm always serious.
I forget. Mom always said we were history. Giants are just a race. Elves and horses.
What of the most of it?
Okay, Dad gives giant also is big. There's only one.
Better. Boy, another light crystal.
How'd you know that was there? This is a lot of bodies.
Tell me what you see.
Well, they look like men, not giants.
Correct. Thieves seek treasure. See the traps?
Oh yeah. Lucky for us, they send them all off.
Be grateful. Stay dead.
The statue! They made it across!
Can you read it?
Yes, sir. Oh, this is Durock. One of the four stacks of the World Tree. He's supposed to watch the entrance to Yunnan while the giants sleep. Think he's still there?
I do not know. Boy.
Sir. I've seen the same do now?
The peak is still our goal. We find a way up.
Wow. The highest peak in the mountain. Think Mom took us to the Giant's Mountain?
No, the request is more complicated than she could have foreseen.
It's a name, I think. Brazil. It means terror. What's that? Weird. There's a candle all tangled up with string and some sort of animal. Some kind of lantern? No, it's not.
That is no use to us. The Bifrost light.
Hey, what do you think with these toys?
Eyes open.
What is all this? Where are we?
Mine. And if this claw reaches the summit, our goal is near.
supposed to roll on this?
To Barcelona for round 4 of the Michelin Le Mans Cup. Here we begin a very exciting second half of the season because all of our GT3 and LMP3 teams could still mathematically be crowned champions. It's the very first time the Michelin Le Mans Cup is visiting Circuit de Catalunya, and so reigning GT3 champion Giacomo Piccini is going to be our guide and take us around the track.
Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, it's a very technical track. A lot of up and down, a lot of corners. It's one of my favorites, so let's get started. We are on the main straight. We go up to 5th gear. We brake a little bit earlier than 100 meter. It's very important to use the curb on the right. We short shift to 3rd gear immediately. Turn 3. This is one of the most challenging. Stay inside and then go very early on power and use all the way as the exit. Right before the bridge we brake and we shift down to 2nd. Early in we...
Melissa says, I just don't think that's Solskjaer's fault. They needed to sign a midfielder in the summer, and they've had huge problems with recruitment for years. But he's at the
that has good memories at the Camp Nou is star summer signing Maxi Gomez. It was back in 2017 as a Celta Vigo player when Iago Aspas set him up to score a beautiful strike. The Uruguayan will be back on the Barcelona turf, but for the first time as a Valencia player. We hear now from the forward as he talks about life with his new team.
The truth is, it's unique for me. Coming to a really big club like Valencia is something very special. With their great fans, with their staff and the squad that they have here. It's a very special club indeed, and what I want to do here is help the team in every possible way. I want to score as many goals as I can, to compete, and show my fighting spirit, the garra charrua that us Uruguayans have on the pitch. I want to make my presence felt as much as possible and of course score goals, and the fact is I'm very happy here. I think it's difficult for a Uruguayan to come and play football in Spain. I think Uruguayan football is very different to the Spanish game. But I'm really happy I had the chance to come here and play for Celta. And I'm really grateful to them and to the club who opened the way for me. And everything's gone well and I've ended up here. It was a big jump, but coming to Spanish football has opened a lot of doors. My first 6 months in Spain were very successful, and I was really able to bring a lot to Celta and score some vital goals for them. Then the national team called me up, and that was a dream I'd had since I was a child, and I was very excited to go through that. My first year was fantastic. I managed to score quite a few goals in my second season too, but not as many as the first. To come from the Uruguayan league and score goals in the Spanish top flight was something very special. I saw on Twitter that I'd scored more goals in my debut season in La Liga than a lot of really great players. So the fact is I was very happy, and like I say, very grateful to Celta de Vigo who opened the door for me. A number of Uruguayans who have played in the Spanish league told me it's not easy starting out here, so you need to adapt. But the week before the league started, John Guidetti, who was our number 9, picked up an injury. The manager put his faith in me, and I'm very grateful to him. I'm pleased that I was able to score 2 goals, although sad that we did lose 3-2. I'm pleased I found the net and was able to help my team compete. I'm happy with all of my goals, but if I had to choose, I'd pick the ones against the big teams. Scoring against Real Madrid or Barcelona isn't something that happens every day. You score against Real Madrid and Barcelona on PlayStation with your friends when you're playing as Manchester City or someone like that. That year I did score a lot of goals, and I had a lot of assists from Daniel Vaz, who's a great player, who puts in some great crosses, which makes you want to get yourself into the penalty area, move about and have a crack. And now we're here together, living this dream. I really hope we do well, and I'm very happy to be here with him and this group of players. I haven't given myself a target for goals. I want to score goals in every game that
Ernesto Valverde's men are also preparing for that game at the Camp Nou and are training at the Ciutat Esportiva Joan Gamper. Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba are the first international players to rejoin the squad. Junior Firpo is recovered and back with the team, who were also joined by youngster Ansu Fati. Samuel Umtiti picked up an injury to his right foot injury during his time with the France international team. And we go now to the Spanish capital as Real Madrid will host Levante at the Santiago Bernabeu on match day 4. Zinedine Zidane's side will try to improve their form after the break in front of a Levante side who are 4th in the table. Let's go down to Madrid to talk to our correspondent Bruno Vergarete. Hey Bruno, what's the latest?
Zinedine Zidane continues to prepare for this weekend's clash against Levante at the Santiago Bernabeu. He's got the two Spanish internationals back with him in training today, Dani Carvajal and Sergio Ramos, who equaled Iker Casillas as the player with the most caps in the history of the Spanish national team. Other good news for Zidane was the fact that Eden Hazard, James Rodriguez and Brahim Diaz were all back in training, albeit they only took part in the first half of the training session, then continued to recover from their injuries. So it seems that they're moving ahead and should be back soon for Zinedine Zidane. It's an important month for them in September. Tricky away visits to Sevilla, to Atletico Madrid and to PSG next week in the Champions League. So they know that they have to make up ground on Atletico Madrid in the league. And that all starts this weekend when they take on Levante this Saturday at the Santiago Bernabeu.
To imagine a Spain dip drums, but also for the records he has set at the highest level. Ramos is now the player with the most appearances for Spain and the player to have appeared in the most victories for his country, overtaking Iker Casillas. The 33-year-old has now played 167 times for his country and is just 9 games behind the European record of international appearances set by Italy's Gianluigi Buffon. The world record is still held by Egypt's Hamed Hassan, who has played 17 more times than Ramos for his nation.
Well, all that's left to do now is to beat it. Trying to achieve a record amount of matches played with the national side is always a beautiful thing. It's very emotional, and hopefully I'll be able to continue to defend this badge for many more years to come.
Having played under 6 Spain coaches, Ramos is an emblem of the Spain national team, a leader on the field, in the changing room and in front of the media. He also has an eye for goal and is on the cusp of breaking another international record as the defender to have scored the most goals in his country's colours. Argentina's Daniel Pasarela is the current record holder with 22 goals, and Ramos is just behind with 21 to his name, and he's prepared to add to that tally over the coming campaign.
Images this morning at the Levante training pitch, and good news for Paco Lopez's side as Coque has joined preparations and will travel to the Santiago Bernabeu. While some of the players are still away with their national teams, Macedonia international Enis Bardi is expected to arrive back in Valencia later today.
This Saturday, Levante make the trip to Santiago Bernabeu to face Real Madrid in the 4th match day of La Liga Santander. Los Blancos host the Granotas after coming off the first international break of the season. Last season, Levante surprised the European champions, taking home all 3 points from the Spanish capital. Despite a late Marcelo goal in the final minutes of the match, it was not enough to catch up on the scoreline. And Levante have a strong run of 2 seasons without falling to defeat at the Santiago Bernabeu. Zinedine Zidane's men arrived to this fixture with both good and bad news. Eden Hazard can finally make his long-awaited official debut in front of the supporters, as the Belgian has fully recovered from his muscle injury. On the flip side, Real Madrid will have to do without Gareth Bale. The striker, who has been the standout performer for Los Blancos so far this season, was sent off in the previous match against Villarreal, and therefore will be forced to sit out from this fixture. On the other hand, Levante's new signing Nemanja Radoja is set to play his first game in the Blaugrana kit. This weekend, Paco Lopez's men will be aiming to shine once more at the Bernabeu. In fact, they'll be more motivated than ever, as a win would feel even more special for the club, who celebrated their 110th anniversary this Monday. If Levante are able to pick up all 3 points this Saturday, the Granotas would have 9 points in the bag after 4 games played, making it the best ever start to a La Liga season in the club's history. Without a doubt, it will be an exciting game as both teams will be hungry to snatch up the win.
And we stay in the capital and back to our Madrid correspondent, as city rivals Atletico Madrid are also getting ready to travel to the new Real Seguros Stadium to face Real Sociedad. Bruno, how's the mood amongst Diego Simeone's men?
Atletico Madrid were back in training this morning after a session yesterday, which involved Saul, who was back after his 2 clashes with Spain, and Mario Hermoso completed today's training session. He was excused yesterday after having played 90 minutes in Spain's win against the Faroe Islands, and little by little the international players are making their way back to Cholo Simeone's orders, to Cholo Simeone's training sessions. A couple of players still doubt for this weekend's game against Real Sociedad. One of them, Alvaro Morata, he's still returning from a sprain in the ligament in his knee. He trained on his own today, doing some exercises on his own. The other player, not looking as good for him, Thomas Partey, he's still not training out on the field of play, still in the gym, doing some exercises, recovering from his injury. So we should expect to see the Ghanaian midfielder at Anoeta this weekend. But as for the rest of the players, Jan Oblak should be back in training tomorrow after playing for Slovenia this weekend. Jose Maria Jimenez still to play with Uruguay, of course, a long trip for him over from South America, so it's going to be touch and go as to whether Jose Maria Jimenez will feature in that game against Real Sociedad.
Real Sociedad are set to play their first game in front of their own supporters of the new season. Imanol Alguacil's team have played their opening 3 matches away from home as Anoeta, now known as the Real Seguro Stadium, underwent further renovations. Cyril Ramendi is out until December, but Modibo Sagnan will undergo a late fitness test to see if he is able to play.
After playing 3 games away from home, football returns to Anoeta at last. But not the same Anoeta, as the stadium has undergone further renovations and has changed its name. From now on, Real Sociedad's home will be known as Real Seguro Stadium.